Welcome to Player One, the best playable characters in video games. I am Adam Leonard, and in this show we spotlight our favorite video game protagonists and explain why they are the best in the medium. We will do this in two categories. First, we will show you the biography of the character. The best heroes have the best backstories after all. Second, we will evaluate the playability of the character and show why they are so much fun to play. This month we journey to the land of Hyrule and spotlight the legendary hero Link from The Legend of Zelda.
Link, save yourself. Go. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Run!
The Legend of Zelda from Nintendo has been one of the most acclaimed video game franchises for over 30 years. We've been on countless adventures through the lands, seas, and skies of Hyrule, and seen many things through the eyes of our silent protagonist, Link. But one of the most fascinating things about The Legend of Zelda is that no matter how many times we visit Kakariko Village, Zora's Domain, Hyrule Castle, or any of the wonderful landmarks in the Kingdom of Hyrule, each time is the first time for our hero. The story of The Legend of Zelda is one of rebirth and the timeless struggle between good and evil. The souls of three are entwined in a never-ending loop, destined to be reborn and to battle each other over the fate of the world, and they are tethered to the symbol which represents the balance of all things, the Triforce. Because of this fate, we have seen our hero, Link, represented in many different ways. Link has been the nephew of a swordsman, a fisherman living on a remote island, a resident of a hidden elven village, an esteemed knight destined for greatness, and so much more. With every respective entry of The Legend of Zelda, we witness Link come into his own and summon his courage to face the threat that his world faces. For he alone is the legendary hero who must defeat the power of evil and restore balance to the land. The history of Link is reset with each entry of the series, and through the years we have seen varying efforts put forth by Nintendo to create a deep narrative thread to The Legend of Zelda. Earlier games in the franchise have been light on character building, choosing instead to build upon the lore of Hyrule and its history. But over the last several entries, there has been a concerted effort put into expanding the characters that we have come to know and love, and to elaborate on the destiny that ties them together. No entry in the series tees this up better than The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. The plot of Wind Waker directly ties the game to the Nintendo 64 entry, Ocarina of Time, and it definitively answers the question of if the chapters of this saga are actually connected. The moments in Wind Waker that call back to Ocarina of Time are my favorite story moments in any Legend of Zelda, and it served as the foundation for which further entries would build upon how the legend reverberates through time and space. But whereas Wind Waker set the benchmark for world building, Breath of the Wild sets the bar for telling Link's story in a powerful and captivating way. As you, the player, explore the broken remnants of the fallen kingdom of Hyrule, Link experiences flashbacks which remind him of who he is and what tragedies befell the kingdom and his allies. This emotional tale calls to Link to summon his strength, his resolve, and the Master Sword in order to banish the blight of Ganon, rescue Princess Zelda, and restore light to the world once more. While the mythology and storytelling of the Legend of Zelda series gets a soft reset every handful of years, the gameplay in the franchise traditionally sticks to its roots of exploration, swordplay, and puzzles. Link begins his adventures lightly equipped, traditionally with a modest sword and a few boards bolted together, which he calls a shield. But the fun of any Zelda game is expanding your arsenal so that by the time you end your adventure, you are an unstoppable force. The wizards at Nintendo always do an excellent job of reintroducing you to tried and true instruments of combat, like tossable bombs and a quick-shot boomerang. But each game usually introduces unique items as well, that serve not only tactical purpose, but also puzzle solving. You see, the world in every Zelda game is an ever-expanding map with hidden tunnels, locked doors, unclimbable heights, and other things which at the outset are just beyond your reach. But the more you play, the more your skills expand, and your items assist you in finding new areas to explore. There's always a thrill when you return to a heavy boulder you couldn't bypass before, only to lift it with your power gauntlets and clear the route ahead. That rush of knowing something new lies ahead is the backbone of any good Zelda game. Another core tenet of gameplay in any Zelda is the white-knuckle boss encounters. These epic battles always put a final pin in an exceptional dungeon and usually involve the clever usage of some new piece of gear in your pouch. Link can never rely on dispatching an enemy just with the swing of his sword. He will need his brain to be just as strong as his muscles to overcome these monstrosities. The Legend of Zelda has some of the best bosses in the medium. As you play any Legend of Zelda game, you begin to feel like you are truly a part of the world you are exploring. Every puzzle you solve, boss you dispatch, and heart container you fill puts you on the path to fulfilling Link's destiny. The epic scope of Hyrule and its dangers fills the player with a sense of ownership in their hero, their purpose, and their quest. Through the years, we've seen many different facets of Link, and with each new generation, we know that a new hero will take up the mantle and the Master Sword in their fight against evil. While we may not know exactly where this series is headed, we can always be rest assured that whenever the Kingdom of Hyrule needs a hero, Link will be there to answer the call.